over that bit mugger. I say, if that nigga won't walk, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick loaded for hip page. Line up, young nigga named Slayer. What you think? When you be done to try some cold shit, we buy. UPK too solid, and the bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing. My bitch, I ain't the one. Walk by every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right by the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood.
All right. Shalom is real. This is the ISUPK. Okay, come out of 1 West on 25th Street, Harlem, New York, on the Commander General Hunter, officer of 1,000 Law Gun. And today we're having the ISUPK Law Class today. All right. And today we're going to tap in to a very important topic right now going on in the world. Right now in the earth, right now, of course, we still got the World War III talks going on. And also, the leader of the so-called free world just had an attempt on his life, right? So what it's supposed to be. And all this voting going up, right? So what that means we should be doing right now, right? The most important thing right now for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to be doing is following God's laws. I know it seems very simple. It seems like, it seems very like, it should be more you should be doing. But that is your main focus right now in life is to get in touch with the God that serves you, the God that can protect you, the God that can keep you and your family safe in these times. Because times are clearly about to get worse. And what you got to realize is just like every other time in our life when stuff has happened around us, we're going to be the ones blamed for it. Some kind of way, even this Trump shooting going on right now, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will be blamed for this. Somehow the anger will turn back to you, turn back to us, right? And we got to be prepared for that. There's only one way you're going to be prepared for that, man. It's following the laws of God, keeping up what He wants you to do, and getting this body, right? If you notice that even in the Israelite community, what's going on in other groups and things like that, the breakouts and all that, not talking about nobody personally, but we are truly one body, man. You need to understand that, right? Once you understand, I recruit brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? It's your choice to join or not. But right now, the proof, like I said, the proof is in the pudding where you should be. And we're going to get into this with some for our nation today, right? So the first thing we have to understand is what? What is a sin? The Christian church has came up with so many different things to say it's a sin. Muslims have come up with different things to make up their own laws and rules. If you in the streets, right, they got these things that are just like a law, right? Every organization, every kind of body you can think of has a law. And guess what? Black people have tried all of them. All of them. We've been a part of every type of organization you could think of, anything you could think of, we've been a part of. All right. If anybody disagrees with me, then let me know about that. Let me understand that. We've tried everything. The Black Panther Party had the 6-point rule. They had this and that. They had different rules that they had. I know different kind of Black Power movement. Besides that, all of them had these rules. How they work for us? How they benefited you to today? And also, the proof is in the pudding, right? With that too. Where are they now? Are they able to help black people right now? All we can do is look back and say how great things were back then. That's what we got to pay attention to. All right? We need stuff that can help you today. We're going to go over some of the things that help you today and go over some things that you were lied about today, right? So the first things first, let's get what a sin is. I'm going to pull it for you. Let's get John, 1 John 5 and 3. Let's get that first. 1 John, Salakia, 3 and you know what? This is what we'll do. We're gonna start from the top. I want you to get the full context of this. My reader ain't able to come in yet. I'm gonna go ahead and read myself right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this. Let's get 1 John 3 and 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us. Right? Understand this. The Most High's love is not like our regular mom and daddy love in every aspect, right? He left out specific instructions. Now, black people always want to know how come if Israelites are saying that God is the God is their God, how come the Israelites ain't the most richest man in the earth, richest women in the earth, most prospering people on earth? Because we need our thing about being an Israelite, you need your people. That's why brotherhood and sisterhood is so important. We want our people to follow God's laws too, right? That's the key. It can't be just us following God's laws and then black people are going to thrive off. We need us to do this as a nation. Because when you do something, it affects me. When I do something, it affects you. When we start thinking like that, we'll understand the love God left for us to love one another. I won't sin because I know if it don't directly affect me, it can affect you. It can affect my door. It can affect your door. If we start thinking like that, we can understand God's laws a lot better, right? That we should be called the sons of God, right? He left us this title of being the sons of God, right? The sons of, that's something that has to mean something to you. You're not the son of men, you're the sons of God. That means you come with power, you come with rulership, you come with a level of respect that you're supposed to walk with every day, everywhere you go. Only thing gonna build you up is having these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the only way you're gonna get to that point of being that man you want to be, that man of integrity, that man that can be trusted. You don't have that. Every man that's in the ISUPK that pledged his life in this truth, right? He knows that it was a level of integrity he did not have before he came here. There were certain things that he didn't care about. Same for our women and children. That's how it's supposed to be. If you join in something and you become a part of something, or you start believing in something, ask yourself, what is it that you're not doing that you were doing 10 years ago? It was something 5 years ago. 5 years ago, it was something that you were doing that today, you know it was bad then. Ask yourself, are you still doing that now with your new belief system? Did it cut off anything that was hurting you? That's the point of these laws. It's not just to control you, it's to fix you. It's to give you something to look at daily because we can't do it with our own mind. Right? All right. Let's keep going. Therefore, the world knoweth us not. The world don't know we the sons of God. The world don't understands that. They don't understand the true meaning of us saying we are the children of Israel because it's the world. All right, for you John 6:3, for you John 3:16 people, right? Understand that. Hold on, Mariah. I see you there. I think you can tap in there. All right. Hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Mariah?
Call my
Okay, bet. Okay, I'm trying to add to the stage, but I can hear you right now. So, I'm trying to do what I have the third camera up. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna figure that out in a second. I got right now. I'm at 1 John 3 and 2. All right. All right. Let me know when you got the sword with you.
Come on.
All right, go ahead.
Like
We break it down God's laws, so they break it down the importance of God's laws, right? A lot of times people don't understand at this time in the earth right now, that's the most important thing, keeping up with God's laws. All right? I'm gonna go ahead and read 3 while you're getting it, okay? I'm
I
gonna read 2.
got it.
You
I
got
got
it?
that one.
All right, go
Yeah, it's
ahead. Okay, start at
first,
2. Start at 2.
first John 3 and 2.
Uh-huh.
Come on. This is the book of First John, chapter 3, verse 2. Beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it do not yet appear what we shall be. But we know that when he shall
Right.
appear,
It's gonna appear yet what we shall be, right? When you come into this truth, man, you have no idea of the miracles we can do as a whole, right? The scriptures say the kingdom of heaven come not with observation. There's no telling what we're going to accomplish. You can't even imagine what the kingdom of heaven is going to be like. It's just a place that's gonna when you everything you deserve to get, you're gonna get it, right? It's gonna be a process, of course. We're gonna have to fight for it. Once we get to that point, we will receive our kingdom, right? Keep going.
come on, we shall be like him, for we
Right.
shall see him as he is.
We shall be like him. We shall be like God. Understand that. We shall be like that. Now, don't take that into the terms of how Eve did it. Of course, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be above God. You know what I'm saying? That term God right there will means power. We will have the power. When you're following Christ, you receive the power of Christ. But when you think about power, don't always think about flying. Don't go straight to I want to walk on water. Don't go straight to I want to wake up the dead. Go to mending your relationship with your deadbeat father, right? That's a powerful thing. Go to mending the relationship with your brother who you hated one day, or your sister. Go to that. Go to quitting smoking weed, quitting being a drug addict. That's powerful. Don't always want to go jump out the window and fly when you're thinking about the power of God. Think about the power of God is a man stopping sleeping with another man's woman, or a man putting down drugs when he's making all the money in the world. He putting down drugs. Think about the power of God. You think on that term first, because we are so destroyed, right? The time we're in right now is not. We're the same people as the times, but now Esau, our enemies, all of our enemies, they came together against us. They've made it very hard to find God. It made it very hard for you to seek your true power and your knowledge of God. Back then, we had a culture that we were in. They knew those were the Israelites. They knew that, right? Now, it's gotten very diluted. It's gotten very broken up, right? So it's a little bit harder for our people to tap into that. So deal with that part first. Deal with your mental demons. Like Christ said, our weapons of warfare are not carnal. That means everything is in your mind. You have to fight them demons first. So when you think about the power of God, don't automatically start thinking about walking on water. Don't you want to know why Christ could walk on water and we can't? Because he lived his whole life without offending the Lord. Can you say you did that? Even if you started right now today, you can't say you went your whole life without offending the Lord, right? So how can
Right.
you worry about walking on water? They did that on purpose. No, a lot of us were not. We have a generation of men and women now that are being born in the truth. Hell, they may walk on water. I probably won't, right? You understand what I'm saying, Barack?
Right.
A lot of our generation was so destroyed that we probably won't. Our job is to build the foundation. That's how you have to think about this, right? You don't want to think about instant gratification and all that kind of crap, right? That's what got us in trouble in the first place coming out of Egypt. All right? Keep going with that.
Come on, verse 3. And every man that have this hope in him purify himself, even as he is pure.
And every man that had his hope in him. Understand that, man. When you have that hope now, when you take that word hope right there, that's just you go on with with this truth you believe in, right? Because you have to have it. You have to have a little hope. Not so much as hope that what you think stuff gonna come to you though. Don't ever take these words of hope and a promise and stuff like that. Don't ever take them words as if it's not gonna come to you easy. Like you gonna like you just waiting on somebody to come scoop you up and fix you. Right? You have to be willing to do the work. You gotta be willing to humble yourself and come into a body where you can actually learn and not try to be a teacher. Not come in thinking Jesus just his brothers out here that think Jesus just touched them and they know all the knowledge of the Bible.
Hmm.
You know, that makes you a lunatic, man. If you think you ain't got to learn nothing about the Bible, you ain't got to be taught nothing. Hebrews 5 and 12 told you that, right? You got to be taught this stuff correctly. Then you got to go and live it. It's not just enough to be taught. You got to then go and live it and do what you were told. Even when it hurts, even when it offends somebody that you love, when it offends even your conscience itself. That's when you know. When you got to choose between the law and your literal conscience that tells you, okay, I don't really feel comfortable doing this. When you choosing that law, that's when you know you.
Lock it, sir.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah, you was chopping up a little bit.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be a storm, maybe going out like that. Let me know if it drop out or something. All right.
Oh,
But yeah, like when you go on through your life and everything just soothes you and nothing ever makes you uncomfortable, you're not really learning anything. You're not really learning anything. You haven't come into anything, right? Even Paul and Peter had to put down things, you know, that they didn't it went against. It wasn't unlawful, of course, but they had to learn some brotherhood. They had to learn certain parts. That's what Christ was all about. The spirit of their law. You can't even get past Leviticus 11, knowing what to eat. Our pride won't even let our people's pride won't let them get past that. Putting down a
right,
damn pork sandwich, right? And you want to
right.
walk on water. You want to know why ain't nobody walking on water. It's crazy. All right, keep going.
Verse 4. Whosoever committed sin transgresses also the law.
When you commit sin, you transgress the law. That's what sin is. That's what it is. It's very simple. It's the law of God. Things He put in this Bible to fix your life, to protect your mental, your mental health, your physical health, even your financial health, and definitely your spiritual health. It's to protect you. Show me a law in here that goes against helping you. Show me any law that affects you to where it's going to harm you. You can't show me one.
Right,
All of it protects you and make you a better man, a better father, a better husband. But some kind of way, this book has been picked up and used for just financial gain and no stability. And right now, our people got the Bible in their hand, they're going to church every Sunday, but they putting a lot of hope into voting. Now, some of y'all at this point, I mean, I guess the Lord done broke you so bad, you may not be voting this year. It's gotten that bad. But some of y'all probably still gonna go vote. Some of y'all probably still want to just, feel like you an American and it's all for you. I mean, listen, Lord be with you on that. All
right.
right? You got to put your vote in for Christ. You put your vote in by following what He said do. And what did He say about the law? What did Christ say? Christians want to bring up Christ and Paul and whoever. What did Christ say about the law? Go out again.
Slock, yeah, come on, cuz, sir.
Okay. Go ahead. What did it say? What did Christ say about the law?
For sin is the transgression of the law.
Right, right, right. And Christ also said that the law is not done away with.
Right,
Right? Matter of fact,
right.
Lamar, hold that and give me Matthew 5:17. So for anybody who's new needs to hear this, right?
Right.
Is that hold on? Let me make sure. Let me get that with you. Give me 1 second. I want to get that one jot and one tittle too. Is that one not one jot and one tittle?
Come on, cuz, sir.
Yeah, give me that too. Okay, so that's 17 or 19.
17 and 8.
Start with 17.
Come on, come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to fulfill. So for anybody who's never heard that before, don't understand the power behind that. Fulfill means to show you how to do it, to show you how to go through all that stuff, man. Because people don't realize when Christ went into the wilderness for them 40 days, everything he deals with in that time for them 40 days is stuff we deal with right now. He was offered that on a platter. Keep reading.
Come on, come. Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law, till all be
So
fulfilled.
that right there alone takes away any Christian or anybody that believes reads this Bible and says, I don't have to follow the law. Right? Because one thing you know right now, right, that the heavens have not passed away. The earth has not passed away. We know that right now, right?
Right.
Let me help you out. It's never gonna pass away. This earth is gonna be here forever. The stars are gonna be here forever. You got when you understand how this Bible talk, it's saying like basically saying you something. Hey, I'm gonna give you $1 million when it start raining frogs outside. That means I ain't never giving you $1 million. That's what this scripture saying. It's never gonna be a time you're not following this law.
Right.
It's never gonna be a time it's okay to kill your brother, hate your brother, steal from your brother, sleep with your brother's woman. It's never gonna be okay. Never. All right?
Come
Keep going.
on, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments
The
and
least
teach,
commandments. Understand that. Least commandments. The smallest commandment, man. Give me an example of a small commandment, bro. Give me one small
um, you know,
Give me a small. Anything come to your head.
not eat pork.
Not eating pork. Not eating pork. Understand that. Now, the point of me asking him that really is because you have to understand these scriptures. When it say not even the least one, what does that really mean when it say don't break the least one? What does that really mean?
The, come on.
Well,
The
go ahead.
smallest commandment, like you know, not having no other gods and stuff like that.
I mean, no, what I'm saying is like, what does that mean in terms of I don't know how to put you up here without having the whole thing up here. But what I'm saying is, if you got 10 laws, you can't break not the least one of them, right? What does that
Right.
really mean? All the laws. What does that mean? That means all of them are important.
Common kind.
So you should treat all of them like they're very big,
Right.
right? If it's telling you don't break the least of the commandment, that means the least of that commandment is just as big as this commandment, right?
Right.
I mean, don't break none of them. So you treat them all with the same amount of respect. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna eat pork. I'm not gonna steal from you. I'm not gonna overcharge you if I borrow you money. If I borrow money from you, right? I'm not gonna finesse you. When I sell you something, I'm gonna pay my tithes. It all goes hand in hand, right? Keep going.
Common kind. And teach man so he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
And who you think he's talking about right there? Who was they talking about?
So,
Who teaches men to do something?
Salaki, sir. The Christian pastors.
Go ahead. But it ain't
Uh,
just him. It ain't just that. It started with that pastor. That pastor name got to come up every time because it started with him. Now you also got the rappers. Like you got Boosie. You got for people like Lil Boosie. They got a platform on social media. You got
right.
a lot of these rappers, man. Jay-Z, all of them show you to go against your brothers and sisters, which is a sin, right? That's all of them. It's not. It started with the Christian church though, because all of them brothers at some point in time, that the church had grown so wide, there's no man that can say he didn't have a church on his corner, a church in his neighborhood, a Muslim mosque in his neighborhood. All of them taught you to break the laws of God. Muslims broke the laws of God when they chose to follow Muhammad. That's serving another God. When Muhammad got everything he got from the Bible, you hear somebody talk about history and where stuff came from. Show me a book of principles that don't involve the Bible. That's what I want to see. I want to see somebody have a book of principles that do not involve the Bible.
Right.
This started with your own thing. Don't pull nothing from the Bible. It's impossible. It is impossible to build anything without coming to get. I don't care if you got to come get the Lord's Prayer. You're going to have to pull something from that Bible. Just like the world has to pull something from us. The world cannot get anything done without blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We was out there in Nashville this weekend at camp, and I'm sitting there tripping. One of them trotters kept riding by. Well, it's a bunch of white folks on them. I think I probably saw one trotter with black people on them. The trotter kept riding by, and it was a party bus. It ride by all. We don't have that here. I say like I seen 10, 20 different ones, right? Every last one of them trotters was riding by playing hip hop music. And it dawned on me that I'm like, wow, America cannot even have fun without us. We are part of everything America does.
Right.
If you think you are better than us, if I thought I was, if me personally, right, I feel like we are a superior race to any other race, right? I'm gonna ride around listening to my people's music. Every other race of people, they ride around, they listen to our music. They pick up our swagger. They need our money. You understand I'm going with that?
Right.
They have to pick up everything because they know who we are. We don't know who we are. All right, keep going.
Oh, okay. But whosoever shall do and teach them, the same shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven.
The same shall be called great in the kingdom, man. You got to understand that this stuff was written down for you to follow this stuff to the T, to not be no fool about this. All right, and that's what we've been thinking is something very simple. We can't believe our thought process can't believe that the Lord left something so simple for us to do to gain all this power. It sounds very simple, right? But I'm gonna show you something. So like, give me let's go to John 5, go to John chapter 5.
Okay.
And start at chapter 2.
Okay. This is the book of John, chapter 5, verse 2. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having five.
Yeah, first John.
First John, come on, Slock.
Yeah, first John 5 and 2.
Verse. This is the book of First John, chapter 5, verse 2. By this we know that we love the children of God, when we love God and keep his commandments.
We love God and keep his commandments, right? Keep going.
Okay. Verse 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
His commandments are what?
Are not grievous.
All right, Rob, are you able to look up what grievous means?
Nah, so I don't have the issue.
Okay, hold on, I'll look it up. All right, I got the grievous definition. Grievous means very severe or serious, right? Let's get some more on that. Sadness, hard, cruel, difficult. All these words describe what grievous means. Meaning it's not very hard for you to do. It's not going to kill you to stop smoking weed, stop eating pork, stop lying. It's not going to kill you. It's not even going to kill you to celebrate the Sabbath service, right? It won't kill you to pay your tithe. You think it will, but it won't kill you to pay your 10% that you owe to the middle of the Lord, that you owe to command to your heart. It won't kill you. We think it will. Why do we think it will? Anybody?
Like so, you said why we think it's grievous.
Why do we think it is?
I think because our oppressor made, like, to me, Slocky, sir, if I could. I think because our oppressor, the way, to me, like, seemed to me like that every commandment and everything God said is to do, like, our oppressor made it you know, made it so like made it a
What about now?
Go on. I think you might have paused for a second.
I got a bad signal today, man, but something is doing what I want to do. I got a real bad signal today. It ain't even started storming yet. Okay. You said you can't hear me though?
Go on, sir.
Okay, where we at?
You was asking me about. You were asking why do we think the commandments are grievous?
Yeah, why is it hard? Right? I'm gonna give it to you for time's sake here. It's hard because America has made it hard, right?
Right.
You know how easy it is to go into a nightclub and find a whore and sleep with her?
Right.
You know how easy it is to go find drugs, go on the street corner and say, hey, what can I find? Some weed or some fentanyl or some whatever they is they doing today. It's very easy to go and do that. So it seems hard to not fall into that trap.
Right.
That's why you got to surround yourself with like-minded people. That's why the ISUPK can't be affiliated with no other groups. Because I know Morale don't smoke.
Okay.
He know I don't smoke. He know I'm not a homosexual. I know Quanata's a dog. I know all my generals and all my captains and I know all of them are following laws of God. There are groups who literally come out their mouth and say, I don't know what no other man doing. I'm gonna say that boldly. And it sounds so crazy to other people. I hear Captain Zaria can say that to people all the time. Them bastards want you to base your life off of not knowing, right? You know what I'm saying? Everything with them bastards is with people in the world. Oh, you don't know that. You don't you don't know that. I know what's going on with my brothers. Like I think we was watching the brother Bro Sanchez, you know what I'm saying? He tell the Captain Zaria, you don't know what your woman doing. What kind of man walk around all day thinking like that, right? You know why you don't know that? Because you don't choose wisely. You don't choose the right woman. You don't know. You don't know what she's doing when you choose a whore. But when you do the process laid out to you to find a virtuous woman, to find a virtuous sister, guess what? You're gonna find a good woman, and you can know that. And guess what? That woman ain't right. The Lord gonna show her to you. He's gonna reveal her to you if you are a righteous man. If you're a righteous man, you pick the wrong woman. The Lord gonna free you with that woman. That's a fact. That's why we ain't got to worry about that. Right? That go with anything. If you follow the laws of God, you ain't got to worry about the I don't know. If we in here right now and the brother not following the laws of God, the Lord gonna deal with that brother. He gonna purge that brother out of here. I know that.
Right.
So I'm gonna say every man that's in here is following the laws of God. I'm gonna say it confidently. You can't go there. You can't sit there in no church or no Israelite group outside the ISUPK. The Lord ain't with them. So he gonna let you do, just like he do the heathens do, he gonna let them do whatever the hell they want to do. He gonna let you see somebody get $1 million and they come up scamming and robbing and stealing. He gonna let them do it because he don't care about them. He ain't with them. He's letting them get their shine on till it's time to take them out. Keep going.
Verse 4. For whosoever is born of God overcome the world.
If you are born of God, that means you change your life, right? That's a born again scripture. When I say you're born again, you came into this body, changed, got you a new name, changed who you are, put down that old man. When you do that, you can overcome the world. Overcoming the world meaning it don't mean don't go to work. It don't mean don't never. If you don't smoke, that means you can't go to a club where they smoke. You know what I'm saying? That means you can go in that room and not do it and walk back out not doing it. See, people don't realize when they was in the world, they were very impressionable. We were all brought up about impression. There was somebody in our life that we got impressed by. It didn't matter what that person did. We wanted to be like them. That's how you ended up on the drugs, on the weed, selling drugs, being a so-called pimp, abusing women. because we saw somebody out in the world, whether it's in your household or out there, that you wanted to be like. You felt like the life they was living was just so great, and you say, I don't care. Whatever I see him do, I'm going to do. You was just like that. That's how you became who you were in the world. When you say you're going to change, you're going to follow Christ, you got a steady man to follow, and you're going to follow men who follow him.
All right.
You're going to look at the men that follow him, and when you see them growing, prospering in this truth, then you find a man to say, you know what? I'm following orders from that man. Because that man is following, he's doing what he's supposed to do in this truth. He's thriving, he's rising, he's slaying demons. You seen him go through stuff, and he comes out on top. That's the man you follow. That's how they're supposed to go. That's who Commanding General Yohana is. Right. That's why you see us follow him, even though the world hates the ISUPK. That's why. Because we can say with our own eyes, he built something from nothing through the Spirit of the Lord. All right? Keep going.
Oh, my God. And this is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith.
Read that part again.
And this is the victory that overcomes the world, even our faith.
It overcomes the world, man. Even our faith, man. It overcomes it, right? And when it say even with our faith, your faith gonna get tested. Ain't no way you're not gonna come into the truth when you start putting out everything you was doing in the world, and your faith don't get tested. People are gonna try to slander you. We gotta pick up the same burden Christ did when everybody turned on him. Even Peter. Think about this. Peter turned on Christ. He turned on him right then and there. Right. Judas betrayed Christ. So you think your family and nobody around you gonna betray you? I mean, like most time Christ and nobody whose family is still there for them. Bless them, Lord, bless them people. But you can't always expect that to happen with family and friends. Right? You gotta expect that when you come into the truth and follow God's law, it's a light on you now. But you got to overcome that with faith. You got to understand that. That word is really used in our everyday life. It's not just a church saying. When you follow this Bible, that's what you do now. That's why we're going to receive the kingdom. That's why the latter going to be greater than the former. So that's all we got. We don't have the miracles of the oceans of Moses parting the Red Sea or all the great things we see about. We read about this stuff and we believe in it and we live it. Somebody asked me what you stand on. You stand on this. You ask most grown men these days what they believe in, what they stand on. They're not giving you a good answer. Ask people who challenge you in this truth. Ask them what they believe in. That's what you want to know. Somebody got a problem with what you believe in. Ask them, what do you believe in? They're going to say they believe in Jesus. Then you got to give a whole breakdown on who Christ really was.
Right.
They're going to say, I'll get my money. Whatever they say, it's going to be frivolous because they don't follow it. They say Christ, they lying. They follow Christ, they'll be in here with us. That's a lie. So they're going to tell a lie or they're going to say something stupid every time, man. And the sad part about it is our enemies know who we are. I'm going to show you. You got your apocrypha with you, Morocco?
Oh, okay.
Pull your apocrypha up and give me Judith, the 5th chapter, and hold that for me. Judith, I can do that whole 5th chapter. Let me see. Yeah, we'll do Judith, the 5th chapter. Just hold that till we get to it, okay? We'll do understand that. Our people definitely got to understand that our oppressor, they know who we are the whole time, right? Your whole duty on this earth is to follow the Most High God. And why is that? Right? Understand that. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. Ecclesiastes 12 and 12.
Okay. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end.
Salaki. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Salaki. You in the apocrypha of the king of
Not that's the king of the King James.
read Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
It's the book of Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments.
Understand that. This is King Solomon talking. The conclusion of your whole life should be around keeping God's laws. And why is that? Because of what I just said. The world has made it seem like it's very easy to sin and get away with it. So when you decide you're going to follow God's laws, understand you're going to war with some things. That's not going to be where you can see it. So you got to get up every day and figure out, okay, I was going here every day. Do I need to go here right now? It's okay when you come into the truth until you get strong enough to pull yourself back from something. But that's not you running. That's you regrouping. Like if you go to a certain nightclub, you know when you was going there every night, you go around smoke, it makes you want to smoke. It's okay for a while to not go there. But just know whenever you come back, you need to be strong to walk in there, get you a drink, get you talk to a nice female if you want to, whatever you want to do, and leave. Don't go in there and let somebody say, man, I'm finna fire this gun up, bye. And you be like, man, all right, you weak. You don't deserve to be in the kingdom.
All right. You
deserve that blunt. You're getting your reward right now. Your reward, the reward you want is to leave, and the angel report that back to the Most High. Okay, you're gonna have something. You're gonna say, man, damn, I love to go out back right now and hit that blunt. But you walk out the door and say, no, I'm a holler child. How you think Christ was able to sit with them publicans and sinners? You know why that was such an astonishing thing for Christ to sit with them? Because the other ones were too weak to do that. It wasn't because he was doing nothing wrong. The other ones was like, if I go over there, they felt they were going to do it. He was strong enough to go over there and say, I know I'm not going to do that. That's when you following Christ. There ain't nowhere you can't go. And you're going to come back a sinner? Nah. You're going to come back breaking God's laws? Nah. That's not how this works. Keep going.
Okay. For this is the whole duty of man.
Keep going.
Verse 14. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Everything is going to be revealed, man. Every evil thing is going to be revealed. You're going to realize that the people that's over you, you sitting here voting for a president that knows who the hell you are. Putin just showed us he know who we are. You think Donald Trump and Joe Biden don't know this? They heard it, but they're like, nah, forget that. They're my slaves. Putin did that to show you something. Now I'm going to show you something you might not know what I'm saying. Give me Judith the 5th chapter. Give me that scripture to Judith. Don't close out with that. I think Captain Hunt class started.
Okay, sir.
Right.
Okay, this is the book of Judah, the 5th chapter.
All right.
Verse 1. Then was it declared to Holophern.
Let me get that with you. I know some of them words in the pocket will definitely get you. Hold on 1 second. All right, go ahead.
Then was it declared to Holophern, the chief captain of the army of Ashur, the children of Israel have prepared for war and have shut up the pastures of the hill country and have fortified all the tops of the high hills and have laid improvements in the campaign countries.
All right, so the children of Israel at this time were preparing for war. It was land that needed to be that was going to be taken, and they knew that it was coming to take their land, so they started preparing for war. All right, go ahead.
Come on, verse 2. Wherewith he was very angry, and called all the princes of Moab, and the captains of Ammon, and all the governors of the sea coast.
Right, so he called all the princes of Moab, which is an Asian man, and the Ammon, which is I believe is the Indian man, right? He called all these men were together, right? Confederate against thee. Remember that word, right? Confederate, all come together to fight us. So he called all of them together. Go ahead.
Come on, verse 3. And he said unto them, Tell me now, ye sons of Canaan, who this people is that dwell in the hill country, and what are the cities that they inhabit, and what is the multitude of their army, and wherein is their power and strength, and what king is set over them, or captains of their army.
So this king, he knows nothing about these people. He's coming to take their land. He knows nothing about these people, right? He knows nothing about these people. But this he says that he knows they're getting prepared for war, and he wants to know about them. Like any war man would do. He want to know about the people that's getting ready for him. Ready? Keep going.
Okay, verse 4. And why have they determined more than all the inhabitant of the west? Verse 5.
Now go ahead. Read. They say, why have they determined to do what? You missed a big part right there. Read 4 again.
And why have they determined not to come and meet me?
He want them to come meet him, come and kiss his butt. They're not. I don't know what they're preparing for war. He want them to come and kiss the ring. He want them to come to him and be like, okay, we're gonna surrender our land to you, right?
Right.
They take out this stuff in the Apocrypha because they know if this Apocrypha is gonna connect us to this Bible, the spirit of people that you really read that Apocrypha, it brings everything together. All right, keep going.
Okay. More than all the inhabitants of the west. Verse 5. Then said archers, the captains of all the sons of Ammon, let my Lord now hear a word from the mouth of thy servants.
Keep going.
And they will declare unto thee the truth concerning this people, which dwell near thee, and to inhabit the hill country, and there shall no lie come out of the mouth of thy servant.
Right. So the servant is saying, let me explain to you who these people are. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying. Listen to what I'm saying. All right, keep going.
So verse 6. These people are descendants of the Chaldean.
Right, keep going.
Verse 7. And they sojourn here therefore in Mesopotamia. Because they would not follow the gods of their father, which were in the land of Chaldea.
Who he's talking about right there? He's giving them a history of our people who came out of Chaldea. I will give it to you for time's sake. It was Abraham. Abraham was a Chaldean. That's what we're talking about. He moved us out of there, started our lineage. All right, keep going.
Come. Verse 8. For they left the way of their ancestors and worshiped the God of heaven, the God whom they knew. So they cast them out from the face of their gods, and they flee into Mesopotamia. And sojourned there many days. Verse 9. Then their God commanded them to depart from the place where they sojourned, and to go into the land of Canaan, where they dwelt, and were increased with gold and silver, and with very much cattle.
Right.
Verse
Keep going.
verse 10. But when a famine covered all the land of Canaan, but Shannon, then went down into Egypt and subjugated there, while there were nourished and became there a great multitude, so that one could not number their nation.
Right. So he's giving us a history of when we came through Egypt. This man here, he knows everything about it. This is not the top man right here. This is a man that advises the top man. So imagine whoever Putin or Joe Biden advisor is coming to him and saying, "Let me tell you about these people." Right?
Right.
Drop down to 17.
Come, verse 17. In west they sinned not before their God. They prospered because the
They
God that
prosper. When he
hated.
said not before their God, he said, when they sin not before their God, they prosper. Now remember, this is a great king right here. This man runs everything. And he's telling them, hey, when they don't sin against their God, they do good. This is a heathen now. Speaking on us. Keep going.
Right. Because the God that hate iniquity was with them.
Right.
Verse
All right. Keep going. This is what you want to
verse
get to. Keep
18.
going.
Verse 18 come. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captive into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast into the ground, and their city was taken by their enemy. Verse 19. But now
Right.
are they
So
returned
when
to
they
their
left,
God.
their God, they whole breakdown of what happened to us. All right, keep going.
Verse 19. But now are they returned to their God, and are come up from the places
Right.
where they were scattered, and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are in seated in the hill country, for it was desolate.
Right. He said, now they with their God, they went to a land that was desolate, and now they've made a home out of it. We are type of people, they're talking about us because we can go anywhere. We follow God's laws. It don't matter where we go. It don't matter where they put us at. We're gonna make fertile land right there.
Right.
That's what he's saying. He's saying it was desolate. But now they with their God, they got land they willing to fight for. They got land that the king wants. That's what happens when we separate from our oppressors and build our own and come together. We're gonna build so well. And what's my example I got? The goddamn Tulsa, Oklahoma. Right? They weren't even, those people weren't even following God's laws. But that should show you now let me say, like, I don't know that, right? Those people were not Israelites from what I've read, right? But our spirit of people, we built our own cities and towns and doctors, right? Away from them, right? And they wanted to come take it. That's just a small example how that's connected to us. Keep going.
Verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up.
Catch that. Catch what he said. Catch what he said now. He said, if there be any error against this people and they sin against their God, let us consider it be their ruin. And do what?
And let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
And let us go overcome and go and take their land. If we find any error in them, now how you think they're gonna find error in these people? What's the error they're gonna have in these people?
So lock you sinning against God.
Sin. Are you in there eating pork? Are you in there sleeping with other wives? Whatever available sin was doing. So let's bring it up until today. It's very easy for Joe Biden or Putin or whoever to know because we out here smoking weed, we killing each other, we hate each other, we hoard out our women. sin is very much among us. So we can very much be well taken right now. But keep going. This is
Right,
what you want to get to. Uh-huh.
verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest they, Lord, defend them, and their God be before them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Understand that. He said there's no iniquity. He's saying if you go up against these people right now and they've not sinned against their God, we're going to lose. Right? We're going to die. We're going to be a reproach. And everybody's going to reproach, meaning everybody's going to know he was a fool and went up against these people. Right?
Right.
And in verse 22, it said they got so mad at him when he said it that they wanted to kill him. They started murmuring and they wanted to kill this man. That's why he came at the man. You remember he came and said, listen to what I'm saying. I'm telling you what I'm saying is true. You know why he said that? Because he knew when he told this king that, it was going to throw them off. Like, what you telling me? What? You telling me that if they doing what they supposed to be doing, it don't matter what I do, I'm going to lose?
Right.
That's the audacity of your oppressor right now. And the only way we're going to see that kind of power is following God's laws, man. They wanted to kill this man. You read verse 22, it said they spake that they should kill him. Just for saying that.
Right.
Because it sounds so blasphemous. That's the audacity of the people that hate you right now. All right? All right, we're going to end it right there, man. I want you to take that with you, understand that. We're going to tap into some more of this next week. You could go ahead and tap into Captain Hunter class right now on our YouTube page. If you got any questions, type them in the chat or reach out to us on ISUPK Alabama, YouTube, No Cowards Alabama, or TikTok, One West Bama. Subscribe to all the pages. Mariah, you got the announcements.
Come on, 1 second, sir.
Man of Israel, Amajim.
We are the ISUPK started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Room for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Number 18, verse 21. Malachi, chapter 3, 8, and 10 mean 10th in the Hebrew. Ma'ashur, 10%, 10% of every penny and any increase the Lord give you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest funds, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Announce holy convocation for the sheep. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boot, shirt, pants, headbands or scarf.
All right. And Israel, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Amajim Batah, curse salute to the sisters, Barak, Yahweh Shema, Thumba Shem Yahweh Shem. Amajim Batah, class dismissed.